Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Let me ask you, are you trying to find EIN only credit cards and you have bad credit? And do those type of cards exist for people with bad credit? Well, actually, they do. So I don't care if you just started your business and you have bad credit, if you have an existing LLC, a DBA, if you have bad credit, you still can get credit cards with an EIN only. All right. And I'm going to tell you some of the best ones to start with. Now, just keep in mind with some of these here cards, they are going to be secured. But that's okay because what happens is once you start utilizing the card and it starts reporting to the Business Credit Bureau, it starts building up your business credit. All right. Now, one of the things, again, that I continue to tell people, it's not just about getting a EIN only card. All right. There's more to it, especially if you're trying to get funding. So again, you can have your community banks and credit unions like Navy Federal, and yes, they will give you credit cards and stuff. But the thing about it is, like any business transaction, that's not reporting to the business credit bureaus. So you're going to be missing out on opportunity to build up your business bank rating so you can get access to more funding by not actually linking up with one of the major banks, which would be the top three would be Chase, Equifax, Chase, because it reports to Equifax Small Business, Experience Small Business Exchange, and shared with Dun and Bradstreet. Then you have Citibank, which reports to Equifax, Experience Small Business Financial Exchange, and Dun and Bradstreet. Then you have Capital One. Okay, so Capital One reports to the major credit bureaus as well. Now, here's the thing about it. One of the things when you start out your business, I continue to tell people that you should be making regular deposits into your business bank account. So those regular deposits can be anywhere from $25 and up, but making sure if you're able to do it daily, great. If you're not, at least do it weekly because it helps with your business bank rating. All right, that's so important in order for you to start getting business funding, especially if you're trying to really rely on the company and not on your personal credit. That's the reason you have to have revenue coming in on a continuous basis. Now, here's another thing with some of these cards. They do look at the revenue. So they're not tripping off the personal credit. They're not looking at what's your credit score. They're actually looking at, do you have revenue coming into the business in order for them to determine if they want to give you a card. All right. So just keep that in mind. Now, the first credit card we're talking about is now with Tiffle, they offer a secured card, starts at about $500. Okay. But the good thing about it, it does report. It reports to Experian and Dun and Bradstreet, as well as Equifax. Now, you also have, they want to see if you have revenue in the business, but they report to Experian. They report to Dun and Bradstreet. And another thing, most people, they figure out, well, do I have to have a DUNS number? Do I have to have a Paydex score? Do I have to have net 30s? Not for these cards, okay? So if you have bad credit, that's okay, long as you have revenue in the business and you still can get these cards with just the EIN number. All right. So you can definitely get these cards with EIN only. Now, another thing about it, some of these cards, like say with A to B gas. Now, A to B gas, you can do it with secured for $500. Now it's a net 7. Okay. So it being a net 7, that means that gives you a shorter time span to actually use the card and pay it off. Now, a lot of people, they get these type of cards and stuff and they won't use them. And I continue to tell people, if you got a secured card, but it still reports, use the card because it's going to help you build up your business credit. Because even with A to B, they still report to Experian and Dun and Bradstreet. That's what you want. Because the thing about it, the more accounts you have reporting to the major business credit bureaus, okay? And as your business start to grow, and your credit may get better, it may not get better. The thing about it, because the business is actually growing and you have accounts reporting on the business credit file, you have a higher chance of getting approved. Okay. Now, another credit card is Coast Visa. It's a charge card or whatever, but it's definitely a card that you can get with an EIN only. Then you have Divi. Now with Divi, a lot of you all may have seen my video. If you're not, you can check it out. But with Divi, they used to have a secured program. So if you don't have the best credit or whatever, and it's a softball or whatever, they offer you a secured card or whatever. They don't have that program anymore. Now they just look at the revenue that's coming into the business. Now with Divi, here's the thing about it. They offer you payment back terms, or the opportunity to pay the money back on a weekly, bi-weekly, or a monthly basis. Okay, so the longer you have it out, the less amount of money they will give you. So if you're paying weekly, then they will give you a higher credit limit. All right, and again, it reports to Small Business Financial Exchange and shared with Dun & Bradstreet. Then you have Capital One Tap that you can get with an EIN only. Now here's the interesting thing about Capital One Tap. They use Plaid just like a Divi, where they actually take a look at what's going on with the revenue in the business. So it's not about the personal credit, but at the same time, they report to Experian and Equifax and share with Dun. So the thing about it with these type of companies, whether you have bad credit, it doesn't matter. They will still be able to get you qualified for a business credit card or a business charge card with just your EIN. All right. So if you're looking for credit cards and stuff like that to start out, and I would tell you to do this because it's better to do this than even with net 30s. Now, a few net 30s, again, like I said, if you're needing product and stuff and you're trying to build up your net 30s and stuff like that because you're trying to open up like a food truck or a power wash business and stuff like that, so you constantly get equipment and supplies and stuff up front without any money, then yeah, net 30s will play into it. So like NAV, because you actually need NAV because it's actually a business credit monitoring service. So it will tell you what your Experian business score is, your Equifax business score is, your Dun & Bradstreet business score, as well as they even give you a personal credit score. Now, again, that personal credit score is a Vantage score. And like with most financial institutions, like the major banks, they use a FICO score, a FICO 8 score for most of them. Now, I'll tell you about some of the banks that you can actually use to get an EIN. But for those of you that have bad credit and you're trying to build up your business credit and stuff like that, these are the type of cards you actually want to check out. Now, you can actually get like the Shell Small Business card. Okay, I think it's WEX card, but with the Shell Small Business card, a 580 credit score or whatever. But you can get it with an EIN. So the thing about it, they will take a look at your personal credit, but they don't put it on your personal credit, but you're actually using your EIN, well, they're actually going to be reporting it on the business side of things. So that's the reason, like some of these cards that you hear about and you're trying to figure out, well, how do I get this card? You definitely can get these cards with an EIN. Now, for some of you all that may be trying to get access to business funding, business loans and stuff, business lines of credit, or you're trying to get personal credit, personal lines of credit, or trying to remove negative items off the credit, you can click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. But I just wanted to give you some of the business credit cards that you can get with an EIN. If you have any other questions, then click the link in the description. Thank you.